Hope you're doing great. It's good to have you here on My Large Lost Life. Today, we're going to kind of talk about some stuff that is a little more advice that I honestly run the risk may tick off some of the people that watch this. But I'm going to talk about a lesson that I've learned in business that pretty much everybody should know. Let's roll it.
She make me feel alive, make me feel alive. She make me feel alright. She makes me. She make me feel alive, make me feel alive. Till you come back home. Until you come back home. Until you come back home. Till you come back home.
So, today what I want to talk to you about is I want to talk to you about a principle that I learned a long time ago that I kind of gave a label to just a few years back. Now, first of all, I'm not talking politics with you. Even though the name of what I'm about to tell you is fairly political. I'm going to talk about the principle of burying the message. It is fashioned after Bernie Sanders, who is presently, I think, a candidate, as I'm making this, candidate for the presidency of the United States. The reason why I thought about this was when I actually heard some people talking about him. Now, this isn't once again about politics, but it drove to the fact that I wanted to actually say this. So when we bury the message, we call it this for one reason. If we talk to Bernie Sanders today, tomorrow, or 30 years ago, Bernie Sanders is saying the same thing.
But at a time when the wealthiest people of this country have seen a tremendous increase in their income, while at the same time the standard of living of working people and poor people has declined.
High quality education, you should not have to go deeply into debt to get a damn education.
Today on my Facebook feed, I saw in one sitting 17 different things about white privilege, something about Jews, something about socialism, something about, I think we even threw like some of Hillary's emails in there. I don't know. We just had all kinds of stuff. And I took the time to just stop and look at who was posting all that, okay? And I noticed that everyone I'm connected to online, pretty much everyone, either works at or owns, and a lot of them own a small business that does something in the insurance continuum. They do mitigation, construction, roofing, public adjuster, attorney, whatever. But we're all kind of in this cog together. And we also say that this insurance world is one of the largest small communities there ever is. So if you went through my social media feed, you would be hard-pressed to find many times that I am very far away from the core message that my company writes estimates, we do them remotely, we do them in the field, we were a pioneer with Matterport, we do large loss, we do large loss documentaries, we go everywhere. We say that over and over and over again in many different ways, but it's always the same core message. This morning, I put a post out. Actually, somebody in my office did. I'd written it, but they put it out, and it said, you know, well, we're already here at Tuesday morning. and essentially said it got here earlier than a lot of people wanted it to. But please recognize what you do today is really important, because what we do in the industry altogether is really important. And then I said, we're just here grinding it out 24 hours a day. And put my dig for marketing in there. I did that. The core of the message was something that wasn't just hard marketing, but it was at least branding. I could have talked about almost anything. I could have put out something funny that people would just bang, 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 bang on. But here's the thing, and this is the thing I don't think many people ever understand. We live in a world today where we are credentialed on our social media. Do you know that when I hire people today, the first thing I do is look at their social media? Because it tells me a lot about what kind of decorum they have, if they're really passionate about the work, if they're dangerous and volatile and say a bunch of trash online and curse online and do all this stuff. And guess what? They don't get a job at all. That's the way we're credentialed. When somebody decides if they're going to do business, or at least call to do business with me, they look at all this stuff online. They reference it when they talk to me. But do you honestly think that I wouldn't run people away if the last 17 posts I put online was talking about the Republicans or talking about the Democrats, depending on where you sit? Do you think? For a lot of you, this idea of burning the message is an annoying thing, because you want to do what you want online, and it should only matter because you're in your own echo chamber. The problem is you're not in your own echo chamber. You can tell those jokes around your dinner table. You can talk that stuff all you want around your friends. But the moment you type it out, the moment you share information, that becomes part of who you are for your customer base. I work for loads and loads of people that I'm pretty sure are diametrically opposed to me politically. And you know how much I care? Zero. Because the world of business is not about politics. It is not about lighting your flatulence on fire. It is not about anything when we are in the business of building business. It is not about anything. Anything at all. But staying on point. And staying on point all the time. If you work in Boca Raton and that's your core and that's your sweet spot, put online every time you work in Boca Raton. Talk about it. If you know something about what you do, which is interesting or good or could be helpful to somebody else, say it. Say it publicly, because it's keeping you on point to talk about this thing that you do, this thing that you love. Some of you in very powerful places will disagree with me because you are very successful despite what you do online. But here's my question. If you blurring your brand online has treated you so good so far, what if you didn't do that? What would the world look like then? I would argue that a tremendous amount of my success in business is because I have done this task for years. It is why my phone rings every single day. It is why people know when they call me what I do. It is why I don't have to explain certain prowess of my business in the market, because it's already been talked about thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I promise you, let me give you a challenge. If you will do this Bernieing the message, if you will figure your message and roll your message out for 90 days, I will bet you anything that you will absolutely have your phone ring for whatever it is you do. Because that will drive people to you. I am looking forward to putting some stuff that I've got just about ready, going and pushing this up on some losses that I've walked and stuff that I've done. I've got kind of a near about contract almost for some really, really interesting, big, like $80+ million kind of stuff. And that's going to be fun, because when you do those jobs at that size, it takes a degree of planning, which is just kind of a thing all its own and kind of exciting. Have a great day. I hope I haven't offended a whole bunch of you, but if I have, I feel like it's probably within good reason. If you will Bernie the message, if you will stay on focus, and you will do this, it will bring you fruits, and it will bring you fruits a many. Please like this, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I love hearing from you, and thank you so much for so many that have reached out to me. I will put my number down in the description so that for those of you that need to can reach me, and there's already an email address there too. And if you need anything, let me know. But mostly I'm just happy to have you here on my Large Loss Life, and for a very rare marketing talk today. Have a great day.